Hello everyone, welcome back. So another video on some of the stuff that I've been doing. This Flint here is from Ron T. Sawyer, and I did a little bit of work with that. But what I was doing was practicing basically flint knapping. And again, like the spoon carving, like I said, when I get my technique down and I could actually, produce a video that's informative and instructive, I'll probably do that. But I'm in the very, very beginning stages of it. I've been watching flint knapping videos for probably on and off a couple years. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just dive into something, and sometimes I will just watch and read for a very, very long time. So I have all this stuff kind of, tucked into my brain. So when I actually go to do it, I kind of know what I'm doing. So I had found a nice piece of shirt. The thing was huge. I should have actually brought it out here, but I didn't. And I believe it needs to be heat treated. So basically, the way I saw guys doing it was they bury it in the sand, and they have a warming fire, and then they put another fire, and for 24 hours, 18 hours, and then let it cool for a couple days. And I'm not ready to do that yet, but I think it needs to be done. I've also seen them use like turkey fryers, ones electric ones, and but that's for another day. But I'm good at getting spalling off pieces for flint and steel. I mean, this is sharp, and this is the shirt. You can see it still has the cortex on it. Check that out. And I mean, this is sharp. If I ran my finger down this hard, it'll cut my finger. So it's some nice stuff. And again, I have to learn how to, when I spall it, get thinner flakes to make, points and knives and whatnot. But like I said, that'll come when I can figure that out. So I've been practicing on tiles. I saw a guy, I believe his name is Jack Crafty, and he was flint knapping tiles. And I've seen people flint knap glass, the bottom of a glass bottle, but I never saw them use tile. And I actually had some floor tile. I don't think this is as good a quality as the ones he had, because that makes a difference. But so I'm messing around with this stuff, and I snapped a lot of them. I mean, really just snapped them. But I was getting down some good technique to reducing them. If you look at this piece, this isn't anything in particular, just me pretty much trying to see how small and thin I can get it, and trying to get all the cortex off. And I made this little point. Again, it's not like, okay, it's finished kind of thing. It's just, let me just keep going until I'm pleased with it. I mean, this needs more thinning and straightening and stuff, but I'm just trying to get technique down. And I made this one in a barbed shape. I like this one because I was able to get it thin down here at the bottom. It's pretty straight. A little curve there. And then I went all out and said, let me see if I can make a drill. And drills are very, very thin. And I was very pleased with this one. And I was exceptionally pleased with the bottom, because I was able to get that very thin. And again, I didn't take it to the point where if I was flint knapping a piece of, shirt or whatever, where I would get it all the way down to an actual finished state. But again, just practicing. And then we got Ron's flint that he sent me through the UK. And I made a lot of these little tiny flakes. Because if you ever watch the flint knappers, they start out with a pretty big piece. I mean, they'll start out with a piece like that big and end up making a point that big. You know, they start, it's like 6 inches by maybe 3 inches, and it ends up being like a 2.5 inch by an inch point. Because there's a lot of, you know, spalling and flaking. So I was messing around. And again, this is nothing, you know, it's all crooked and whatnot, but I'm just, again, practicing, trying to see how thin I can get things and shape them. And I did end up making this arrowhead. Hopefully that shows up. Let's see if I put it on a piece of tile so you can see it better. I love that little circle there with the, it's almost like a eclipsed moon. I'm very, very pleased with this one. It's small, I guess, something like a, what it would be considered a bird point. But I did put these little barbs on it, nice and straight, got it thin on the bottom, pretty straight all the way around. And I was very, very pleased with that. Then I made this little blade. This came out really nice. And the way they would use these is basically just hold it in their hand like this. You know, if you're skinning an animal or cutting small pieces of meat. I actually have some that were found in Ohio that I won in a gaw. And pretty much this exact shape, but a little bit bigger. So I was very pleased with this. So these are the 2 pieces I end up getting out of the Flint that Ron sent. And I just made this arrow. Nothing special. It's poplar. And I'm going to probably half this onto here. I need to get some turkey feathers. Hopefully this spring I'll get a turkey. And I'm just going to use some artificial sinew. Normally they would use some type of, you know, pine pitch glue or whatever, but I'm not going to glue it in case I want to take it out. But so that's how that would look. I think this would work great for like a turkey or not a pheasant. There's no pheasants down here. Boy, I miss pheasant hunting. But a turkey or a rabbit, you know, some small game. So, well, there you go. So that's kind of part 2 of what I've been doing. And, you know, I'm trying to get into doing a couple more crafts, and I'll video them as I'm going along. So everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me babble. If you have any suggestions, if you're a flint napper, you know, on something I might not be doing right, although I didn't actually show anything I'm doing wrong yet, but, you know, any little tips and tricks, especially about heat treating. I would love to know that. And getting decent spalls off of a big chunk. So there you go. So everyone, I hope you all staying safe out there. I hope you all having fun. I hope you all are enjoying the life you've been given. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming along and watching. I really, really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.